When you strip away the noise and the bright lights, it's just the game you loved as a kid.
Caitlin Clark didn't just become the face of women's basketball, she quietly became bigger than the league that employs her, and sponsors noticed long before the WNBA was ready to admit it.
Chance of defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep 3.
Feet on the hardwood, basketball in hand, guiding you.
The shift did not happen overnight, but when it became visible, it was impossible to ignore. Sponsors were no longer asking how the WNBA could package its stars collectively. They were asking how fast they could lock down Caitlin Clark individually.
No, it doesn't matter! You wrote the wrong answer!
Hey everyone, super excited to have you guys watching. Welcome to the Leah Boston Tea Party.
That distinction matters because it exposes a tension that has been building for years beneath the league's growth narrative. The WNBA has expanded in visibility, attendance, and cultural relevance, yet brands are increasingly bypassing the league's centralized identity in favor of one player whose gravity pulls attention wherever she goes. Caitlin Clark's commercial appeal is not accidental. Nor is it purely about points per game or logo threes. She represents clarity in a market that often feels fragmented. Sponsors crave predictability, reach, and narrative simplicity, and Clark delivers all three. Her game is instantly recognizable. Her personality reads as authentic without being inaccessible, and her story is easy to tell without heavy explanation. That alone separates her from a league still struggling to package its collective story into something sponsors can activate without friction.
Working on the player you dream to be. Because the ball will always bring you back to your favorite place.
One of the most quietly shocking realities is that some brands now see league affiliation as a limitation rather than an advantage. League deals come with guardrails, shared messaging, and layered approvals. Individual athlete deals move faster, trend harder, and land more directly with audiences. Clark's rise coincided with a moment when brands began prioritizing speed and virality over institutional alignment, and she became the perfect vehicle for that shift. Old school sponsorship models relied on leagues to deliver mass exposure. New models rely on individuals to deliver emotional connection. Caitlin Clark bridges that gap in a way few athletes ever do. She pulls in hardcore basketball fans, casual viewers, younger audiences raised on highlight culture, and older fans drawn to record-breaking narratives.
Calm, focused, and confident. To the place all roads lead.
Sponsors are not choosing her over the WNBA out of disloyalty. They are choosing her because she collapses multiple demographics into a single investment. There is also a financial reality the league cannot easily counter. Individual NIL-style deals and endorsements allow brands to negotiate directly with the person driving engagement, rather than paying into a system where visibility is distributed unevenly. From a business standpoint, Clark offers measurable return without dilution. Every clip, every logo citing, every quote attaches directly to her name. That level of attribution is rare in team sports, and even rarer in leagues still defining their commercial identity. Behind the scenes, this has created quiet discomfort. League-wide sponsorships are meant to lift all players, but they move slower and often fail to capitalize on breakout moments. Clark's stardom exploded faster than the WNBA's commercial machinery could adjust. While the league was still positioning her as part of a broader rookie class narrative, brands were already treating her as a standalone platform. Now hold on and breathe so you could smash that subscribe button and hit like easily.
The game of basketball.
This is where old tea resurfaces. For years, the WNBA has wrestled with the tension between collective advancement and individual stardom. The league was built on the idea that no single player should overshadow the whole, a philosophy rooted in equity and sustainability. Clark's emergence challenges that framework. She is not trying to outshine the league, but her impact naturally does. And sponsors follow impact, not intention. Another factor sponsors quietly admit is risk management. League partnerships can become entangled in labor disputes, political messaging, or structural controversy. Individual athletes, while not immune to scrutiny, allow brands to control optics more precisely. Clark's public image has remained remarkably steady, disciplined, and controversy light, which makes her an easier long-term bet than a league navigating collective bargaining uncertainty and shifting public narratives.
How long does it go, P? Like, how long do you find yourself on the
9 holes probably takes like 2 hours, 18 times it's like 4. It depends how fast you play.
Speculation grows when comparing her deals to traditional WNBA sponsorship structures. Some insiders suggest that brands see Clark as a bridge asset, someone who can carry them through the league's transitional phase while it renegotiates its economic future. That does not mean they are abandoning the WNBA, but it does mean they are hedging, and Clark is the hedge. There is also the uncomfortable truth that the league's marketing often lags behind its talent. Caitlin Clark markets herself simply by playing the game the way she does. Deep shots, emotional reactions, record chases, and visible competitiveness translate instantly on social platforms. The WNBA's broader storytelling, while improving, still struggles to convert excellence into viral inevitability. Sponsors notice that gap and they allocate budgets accordingly.
All right, y'all, how's everybody feel?
So good.
So good? Good, I love it. Hey, day 3.
Another overlooked layer is control. Brands working with Clark can craft campaigns that feel personal and organic, while league deals often feel generalized and safe. In a media environment driven by personality, safety is not a selling point. Clark's presence allows brands to lean into specificity without fear of alienating broader audiences because her appeal is already broad. This dynamic becomes even more striking when placed against the backdrop of the league's ongoing negotiations and structural evolution. Players are pushing for a larger share of revenue, while sponsors are increasingly directing money toward individuals rather than the league itself. That imbalance creates pressure. If stars can generate more value independently than collectively, the league must redefine what it offers sponsors beyond access.
Defensive end, and then when we make mistakes, we got to play through it. Don't stop. Don't compound it. Play through it, figure it out, problem solve in live action. Okay? We'll be able to make plays because of that. All right, let's go, y'all. Have a good.
Historically, leagues provided legitimacy. Today, legitimacy can be built online, one clip at a time. Clark's digital footprint rivals entire franchises, and that reality shifts bargaining power subtly but significantly. Sponsors do not need the league to reach fans who are already following Clark obsessively. Some critics frame this as a failure of the WNBA, but that misses the nuance. This is not about neglect, it is about scale. Clark arrived at a moment when women's basketball was already rising, and she amplified that rise so dramatically that existing structures struggled to keep up. Sponsors choosing her are responding to momentum, not undermining the league. Still, the implications are real. When one player becomes the primary commercial gateway, it raises questions about sustainability and equity. Can the league convert Clark's spotlight into long-term value for everyone, or will it remain dependent on individual stars to carry commercial weight? That question lingers beneath every endorsement headline. Old patterns from other sports offer cautionary parallels. Leagues that failed to adapt to player-driven branding often found themselves reacting rather than leading. The WNBA stands at a crossroads where it can either integrate Clark's gravitational pull into a stronger collective strategy or risk appearing secondary to its own stars in the eyes of sponsors. What makes this moment especially volatile is that Clark is not alone. She represents a new generation of athletes comfortable with personal branding, direct audience engagement, and commercial independence. Sponsors choosing her are also signaling confidence in where the women's game is heading, not just where it has been. In that sense, Clark is less a problem for the league and more a stress test. She reveals which systems are agile and which are not. Sponsors gravitate toward agility, clarity, and return, and right now, she offers all three in one package. The league still holds institutional power, broadcast reach, and cultural authority. But those advantages must evolve alongside a marketplace that increasingly rewards individual resonance. Caitlin Clark did not create that shift, she simply exposed it by embodying it too clearly to ignore. Caitlin Clark didn't take sponsorships away from the league, she forced brands to reveal what they value most. And the real question now is whether the WNBA adapts fast enough to turn that spotlight into shared power. Let us know your precious views in the comments below.